Hello and welcome back to Astroblur. This is a timeless pick a card reading. What's next? What is the next story in your life? To find out, pick an option. Here is an option 1, option 2 and option 3. If you need more time, then pause the video and then fast forward to a time step. See you there. Hello, option number 1. Welcome to your reading. So let's have a look what's next for you, what will happen, what situation you will be involved in. So the first thing that I'm picking up here, we have the 4th house. So this is deals with the home, family, housing situation, your roots, where you're coming from, also where you live, your parents, your children, all of that stuff. So this seems to be the theme for you. But also this is an emotional house. It's where we keep our feelings, and for some of you it can be involved with people in a household, but for some other ones it will be to do with your emotional self, because I cannot see here no action cards, which is telling me that this is a mental and emotional situation for you. I see that you have perhaps become a bit sensitive, and because there has been some pain that maybe it's been difficult. It's been definitely difficult. But what I do see that what's next is that this very high intensity emotional situation, in either emotional or family situation, will be resolved, okay? And that is this part here that is really speaking about it very loudly. We have 3 of swords, and that is the painful situation, but it's swords, which means it's the thoughts, it's the words, it's not physical, it is all mental and verbal. So if there has been any negative words said, or there's been negative self-talk that has been causing this pain, then I see that the happiness will be here reached. The emotional happiness again will be reached, because there will be the thoughts left behind. Those thoughts, those verbal situations will be left behind. And I see that there is almost like it's not starting over again. This is more for finding the peace and comfort, I guess, in the situation, and allowing yourself to just look at the situation from, I guess, like a child would, like you would see it for the first time, like you have never seen it before, because I feel like the answers would come to you. Here is saying to you, you need to be flexible, and that you will need also be patient. So if you are struggling in this painful place, either it's an emotional, once again, or it is to do with your family or housing matter, then you need to allow this patience to be. You see, we have the stillness and solitude. It is saying that the peace is going to come from that place, okay? It's not going to come where everything is very chaotic and where everything is just hostile, right? Like there, it will come from a very peaceful, solid and calm place. And I see that your next situation, this that we're talking about, is that you will able to, I feel like, put behind, but this is something that you have maybe put behind maybe a while ago, it could be, but it's maybe the struggle was with the thinking that was not allowing to completely find the emotional satisfaction, or maybe a security, because the 4th house is to deal with security as well. So I see that your next situation is going to allow you to be less, how would I say, less serious. Is that what I'm getting here? More childlike. So once again, the seriousness would come from this part here, from the pain, from discomfort. But when you feel safe, that's when you can open up. This is how children do as well. When they feel safe with the person, with the parent, for example, or anybody, new teacher, let's say, at school or whatever, they would open up and they will want to play, right? And so I think that for you would be the same, is that you will able to feel comfortable, you're able to sort out this situation, this deep emotional thing, or once again the home situation that has been painful. And as you're able to move on from it, this happiness comes. It's like a emotional wish fulfillment, I guess. And this all is where you start creating a new world for you. So I see that there is a new way of being, either at home, either with the people you love in your home environment, somebody you live with, or once again, this could be just an emotional part of you, how you feel. Because with the hostilities and Three of Swords, it is saying that there is a lot of, hostile thinking, or maybe negative thinking, or it can be words as well. But this is swords. So once again, this is not physical activity. It's not a physical fight. And I see that you change in that. There is change happening in this place, and shift, I would say. And so you're going into this much lighter energy, much more happier, where you can play and you can feel safe, and you can be sensitive without judgment, and you can just let it shine. You see, you just can let it be how you want to be and who you want to be, and not feel hurt by being who you truly are. And this is the new part that you build in. Like I said, for everybody is a slight different department in that fourth house, because it's like a box, and we have toys in that box, and so each one of you picks a different toy, right? So it comes from the same box, which is the fourth house, but have a different toy. And so I see that your next situation will bring you peace, and the next situation will bring you this to see what needs to be changed to get that peace, and to see the situation once again from a completely new way, the way you have never seen it maybe even before. And the doors opening, and perhaps doors are opening for you, to help you to build the blocks, to help you to get in that place. But also for some of you, this means that maybe you find this stillness at home. Let's say, just an example, let's say you can't sit still at home, you don't know how to relax at home, or around your parents, or around your family, and it's always maybe you're one of those people who have to do something. It could be one of those situations. Then in that case, it would mean that you would find peace, and you would able to relax, and that will be the new way of being. So you see, everybody comes with a slight different thing, but I definitely can see that there is a switch happening, and that it's a very it's a relief. That's what I'm actually hearing here. It's a relief what is coming for you. You wanted this for it to happen, but there was resistance because there was pain, and I see that you're able to move from it. So this is what I have for you, and this is the situation that is coming next for you, and I think this is absolutely beautiful. And it is when you're able to also see beyond what you saw before. This is the third eye. This is where things opening up for you, the doors, the universe provides you this, and you see what you didn't see before. So thank you so much. If it did resonate with you, please leave me a comment, and I hope you see you again. Bye-bye. Hello, option number 2. Welcome to your reading. So let's have a look. What is your next subject? What is coming up? So you have a Virgo card that came up. Now this is to do with everyday routine life. It's to do with our job, our service, also to do with pets, and also with our health. So now this part here, I've noticed that you have well, a climax, right? Which means that there is either you have taken a time out on this part here, or you are about to take a time out now. So it's gonna flip-flop, right? Whichever way where you are right now, it will change, right? So I see that you will have, but I actually think that you have taken a time out and you are about to go really passionately back into your routine, back into your work, or maybe it's your health, maybe it's your if you were eating a certain way and maybe you took a time out from that and you decide now to go back on it. Whatever that is that you were doing, that healthy routine, the Virgo style, now I see that you are going back into it because it is an unfinished symphony. So it's telling me that you've done it before. So maybe you started, maybe you put a time out on it for a little bit, and now I feel like you might return to it, and this time you have sorry, you have a very focused intention on it. So it's you're very determined and you're very passionate about it, and I feel like it becomes like a center stage for you in some ways. And maybe you have been observing it for, maybe looking some stuff up, maybe reading up, or kind of just thinking about it on the background as you took the time out, and I think maybe that's where you done it. But I do see that if it was, then that was your instinct, and I see that your instinct is very strong what to do, so follow it, absolutely. But I also see a very stable energy here, earthy energy, right? We have Ace of Pentacles and we have the Empress. We have beautiful tarot cards because you have two major arcana cards, and they're all beautiful. You are the Magician here in this position here, where you are creating something. So when you're going back to maybe a routine or whatever this thing is for you, which is Virgo ruled, which is, I mentioned all of those things, you are going to manifest a new beginning, and that new beginning is very solid, or you're going to see results for your work. So maybe you're going back to work and you're going to see the results, right, of your action with the Queen of Wands, right? And maybe you'll be very passionate and very like taking pride in all of that, and it could be for you that as well. For some it could be that you restarting something because as I'm recording this, Venus has gone retrograde. Of course, you can look at it at a different time. It will still apply to you. But going back sometimes to things to finish them off, and I think this is what this is about. And I see that this time, if you did not finish it before and you're going back now, you will find the fair outcome of it. It's like you get the good outcome of it with the Ace of Pentacles and Justice and the Empress. So whatever action with the Queen of Wands you're going to put in, you're going to get absolutely sweet, beautiful results here. So the time out, if it has happened already, then that's exactly what had to happen. If you are about to take time out, then know that this is also part of a plan. Spirit has a plan, so just trust the plan. And you could have maybe people helping you as well in this situation, but just know that you are, sometimes if you would think about climbing the mountain, I think you would have to take breaks, right? So take the time out is that break, and each time after you finish the break, you climb up a little bit higher and you take a break. You climb up higher, you take a break. So your vibration is rising. So this is what is happening to you as you keep climbing up on this ladder now of this Virgo ladder. You are, have to keep taking little breaks along the way. And I feel like now you are going to see a beautiful opportunity here with this, or a result, right? So everybody has a slight different thing. Either you get finances here involved, either this is Your health will have an opportunity to stabilize. That also for some of you, or this could be a new job, right? It could be a new, and a new in the sense that it's something that you've been thinking about it before, right? So you're familiar with it. It's absolutely nothing like you have never heard of it before. It just came out of the blue. I think this is you are aware what it is, and it's definitely going to be, what you give is what you get in this with Justice card. But I do see with the Virgo card here is that you're definitely going to put a lot of physical action into it, and you will be very active in this department, and you will definitely reap the results that you deserve, and that will be great. There's a wonderful opportunity with the Empress. This is where you see the growth, in just like this baby, you give it birth and you see it. So whatever you've been doing, or you are about to restart or going back to, it will be a great result you will see, and it will help you to climb up that mountain. It will help you to go higher, and once again you'll be very focused on this. So what was the subjects again? I just repeat just in case. Is to do with your routine, your daily routine, your job, your work, right? It could be your pets. You maybe, some of you might maybe decide to get a pet. Maybe that's what you wanted to do. For some, it can to do with the health routine, right? So all of those things, there will be a part of it. But just like I like to explain, a zodiac sign is like a box, and inside the box there's lots of toys. Each one has a different toy from the same box. So it depends what toy you got from that Virgo box, right? Hope makes sense. So so I see definitely you have lots of strength, and with the Magician, this is all about manifestation, and you definitely have physical manifestation powers here, that you will definitely you're definitely going to get it. I mean, this is a very strong reading, which means that whatever action you'll be taking in that department, it's a lot of oomph. It has got a lot of fire in it. It's like a rocket. It will it will definitely, it's definitely a rocket, and you will definitely see the results of it, and the results are beautiful. Okay, trust your instincts. You're going in the right direction. You have all the strength you need. Okay, you're just about to restart, and if there is any pause, any timeout, just know Spirit has a plan, and follow your instinct. If you feel you need a timeout, you need to take a timeout, because just like I said, when you climb up the mountain, you need to take a break. You can't climb the whole mountain with no breaks at all. Not possible. So be easy on yourself, and I see that once again, beautiful new beginning, or restart, should we just say, on this department here. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did so, and if it resonated, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye. Hello, option number 3. Welcome to your reading. What's next? So let's find out. So your reading, I'll be honest, is a little complicated. So I will try my best to explain it the way I can. Your card has come up here with Vesta, and we have a new start is coming with the new moon. So what I would say when I've been looking at your reading now, because I had to take a moment and really sit with it and actually absorb it, and I'm getting to understand that this is talking about your manifestation between physical reality and what you're dreaming about. And I see that perhaps you maybe have been stuck, because we do have a card of tied up, in either seeing the results of it, because once again, you see, this manifestation can be any department. It's whatever you want, right? You might want to have romance, then that's where you've been tied up and you're not been able to see the results. Or maybe you wanted some stability, maybe you wanted career, maybe you wanted, whatever you wanted, right? There, I feel like there's been stagnation and or you have not the way you were using this before, it's you were not able to see the full results of it. Once again, what we want, how we imagine it, how we create it in our mind, and what is physically really in front of us that we actually can touch it. So those two things could be not aligned. So where you go in next, your next story is that there is a rebirth in this situation. So there is a rebirth, how you bring into the reality what you want, okay, what you're dreaming about, and how it manifests into the physical reality. There is a new way of you doing it. So I do see that there is a lot of possibilities open up in front of you, and you definitely have a lot of magic, or a lot of how would I say? Look, we have here earth magic, we have creation. This is all very dreamy, right? And also here the sourceness and infinite supply is also very dreamy. And so I tend to think that also with the 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, you are going to be working on a new way of how to achieve, or how to bring it into the physical touch and reality, what you are really wanting. So and this is something that to do with your destiny, and this is something to do with yourself and your own what you deserve to have. And it's like a touch base. It's like if you look at the compass, or however, it's like this midpoint between spirituality, I guess, and the real world, right? Like that touch-up point. So I think that there is a new touch-up point for you there. And I see that you are going to be, because it's such a complicated way I'm looking at it, it can be to do with the romance. I'm kind of starting to think about that this is a romance reading, that this could be, what makes, the doors open for you to get what you want, to what you've been dreaming about, because maybe what you've been dreaming about has not been coming along in a physical reality. It could be one of those ones. And so I see that that's what it's rebirth in that department. So of how you able to do that, but it's like coordinates had to shift. So you are gonna be creating this new reality, or maybe the reality was not sync with what you imagined. It's just something off was there. Really getting that. So now it's almost like if you were creating an order, right? Now I'm going in a weird place, but if you were creating an order and you did not put the details in how it had to look like so you would get a sloppy job back, right? So I'm getting that this time around, as you are shifting or restarting this, then you would tend to more details, right? More to the small things. You pay attention to the details, and that is going to make like 99% accuracy to what you want to actually see in the physical reality. Like you're given an order, you describe it, how you want it to look, and if you don't describe it well enough, it will come back most likely nothing like you wanted it to look like. So the more detail you attend to describe it, what it looks like and how it's supposed to smell, or how it's supposed to be, then you will get more of what you describe. So that's where we're going here. And so you will definitely get a sweet results away. So it's definitely going in a positive direction. And I see that you have to, there is a lot of because the things are just opening up for you, right, in that department of you to be in this position even to create it. I don't even know how it will play out exactly, because it's just, as I just the beginning said, it's a complicated reading, complicated subject, I guess, to explain. So the possibilities are opening up, and you have the opportunity to make it into the physical, to make it, just like I said, explain the details so that it will be transferred to you in 99% accuracy of what you want, because you will able now. And it's almost like it's a learning curve. I feel like you maybe have tried to do something similar before, but once again, maybe didn't give enough details, and this is why maybe the results were not coming what you wanted. And so this is why we have Nothing is Wasted. Those situations, they were there for you to learn from them, and now you're able to finally see where there's faults, and can go and restart it or start it right again. And well, it is a rebirth, so it's definitely a new start, and lots of possibilities, and this is something you're gonna love, okay, something that will make you happy, because now it's almost like you crack the code of how to manifest it, or how to create it, or how to make it the way you want it to be, how to get it. Really, it's just how this magic that you have in your head, how can you bring it into the world so that you can actually feel it and touch it and smell it and so on. So that is kind of the code we're talking about here. So there's definitely lots of physical stuff that is created here, and that comes from what you know now, right? And so there will be, like I said, opportunities open up for you of actually to test it and to try it and to see and imply it, and and you have all the strength in the world to do that, and a lot of physical. So once again, if it's to do with romance, which I'm actually really getting that it is to do with romance, it is to do with you manifesting such a person into your life, of how you want them. Not who, it's not about who, it's about like you describing what kind of a person like you want, and actually getting that kind of a person. And this is why we have this masculine energy, and is also the masculine who is coming to you, or this is you taking action for that sort of a creation. And yeah, so the doors are opening up for you, and so you have been tied up, and perhaps you might still feel a little bit, but it's a rebirth, so it's a new way. This is not going to be for long, where you feel that you can't, right? Maybe you've been sleeping on it, maybe it has been kind of it hasn't been evolving as you thought it would be, and you didn't know. And I feel like you didn't know what was not working in it. Like you didn't know that some sort of a detail, something was, it's not missing, it's just you didn't know that this is how it had to be. And I feel like there's almost like something is gonna be known to you. You are getting to know something, this code, the number, missing number, right? Missing something that just cracks the code, and you're like, okay, I know how to do it now. And you didn't know it before. So, and because you do it now, because that's your next subject, right? It's like you're able to, this information is coming to you, either through somebody, either through yourself. It could be many different ways how this information going to reach to you, but you will know what you didn't know before, right? And that will open up, unlock the doors for you to manifest into the physical what you have been imagining in your, what you've been wanting, desiring, imagining, and thinking how, could you will able to. And so you will able to create, and that is something that you definitely, I see, it will be something very sweet. So it is definitely something that you'll be pleased about and you'll be happy about. Okay, so there's a lot of magical stuff is happening for you here, and it's a new way, it's a new door, there's how many doors you can open. Look, door open here, door open here, another lots of doors open here. So lots of doors are opening for you to able to manifest things that you're dreaming about into the reality. I feel it's a romantic, but if you're not feeling no romance, you know, then it can be something that you feel very strongly towards too. So take it as it resonates. So this is what I have for you. I hope it made sense. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, because your reading was very complicated when I first looked at it, but yes, so please let me know. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.